It's 21:38 on the 20th of the 6th, 2022. And today I've had two macaroon cookies that were quite delicious. I attempted to have a fish dish, which is usual as a solid meal once per week, as a treat to myself, with the medical negligence that's occurring. But today it was impossible. As I said, there's been mainly a fluid diet, and very little solids. And as I said, the doctors in Tralee County Kerry, the female doctors that have been exploiting from my avatar body, have been monetising and withholding medical care. And they've been introducing policies without consultation with me. And they've been developing on a private scale matters that haven't been authorised by my identity or my person or my title. So they're computational programming developments, which means that via mobiles and laptops, there are individuals looking in on my private space. My body is of light and it's inestimable, it's invaluable. And there are politicians utilising this service. It's a service apparently to pervert my privacy while they look on and observe offences occurring. Those offences contend with every right in the Constitution that are against the Constitution. So computational programming and wildlife programming has been occurring in Tralee County Kerry via offenders that have been intruding or utilising, manipulating my light. The sun is shining in Tralee, the southwest of Ireland, this day and since yesterday. That is part of my purpose. I'm an avatar. So they're really rude, uneducated, unqualified individuals that think they're going to impoverish me and impose upon me and gain and monetize and obstruct proper procedures and processes and ignore protocol. And my habitat, as I've mentioned, is abominable. And the government has been aware of this matter since 2017. My child is missing from my care. And there have been these people in Tralee County Kerry that are claiming to be of my light, that have been up on my property, on my mountain range, and have been out on my hill. And they're claiming ownership of it. And it's daylight fraud. And this is all occurring, and these people think they're safe in their offences, but unfortunately we all know that when you break the law, there's problems that ensue, and that's what's happening. So anyway, I'm contending with medical negligence, and as a recovery advocate, I represent strength, courage, serenity and wisdom, and I give myself at least 30 minutes of negative chat every day. I think I'm entitled to it. And these people are in my privacy and they're after breaching my anonymity. And they're really rude. This computational programming has been publicised. There have been people that don't even know me and they've intruded upon me and they've seen my private life. And I don't know if there'd be many people that would consent or condone that kind of an offence. It's really wrong and it's really not excusable and it's not forgivable. So those kind of people that have been blemishing their track record, offending my good name, and I have a spotless, clean track record, and I've been experiencing offences since 2006 in this community due to fraudsters that were brought to light in 2018 that the government are aware of and that are inadvertently still facilitating the government, the politicians have been made aware that these individuals have been offending me since 2006, and their wrongdoings were brought to light in 2018. The United Kingdom is also aware of the repercussions they felt as a consequence of these culprits, and they're still facilitating them in Ireland to this day. And the computational programming, it's quite dangerous what they've done to my body. It's pretty expensive stuff. I think they wouldn't be able to even imagine what it costs for me to get out of bed per day. If they want to be cheeky about it, like the state is paying me 208 roughly per week, and the state wouldn't even be able to pay per day for me to get out of bed to work a regular 9 to 5. And this is the filth of the situation. They haven't even got the dignity, the integrity, the courtesy, or the common sense to treat this situation sensibly. But they're causing very serious wrongdoings, and they're exacerbating, and they think they're evading. And I'm really concerned, because when you damage any faith or creed, there's a problem. But when you damage a mother, a child, a marriage, a home, like there have been sacrilegious offences conducted on my farms since I came away from my marital home due to trespassers and intruders in 2017, 2016, that the guards were made aware of. And there was just sacrilegious offences going on my farms, and the outlaws have still been causing problems in this community, and they're attempting to evade their debts, and they have been exacerbating their offences of disrespect with this shabby living condition that I am in at the moment. So since 2006, there's been a really awful collective that have dirtied this community, that have still been supported in the filth that they've been conducting, which doesn't really make the future safe for people's families that might think it's safe to be supporting these kind of wrongdoings. So as I've said, I'm tolerating impoverishment. There's medical negligence occurring, and medical negligence with bodily integrity damages as a royal avatar is quite difficult. But these ignoramuses, it's the only way to describe them, have the lowest level of courtesy to this matter. They've displayed the lowest level of courtesy and common sense. And the computational programming, these people that have been perverting my privacy have just shown how unsafe. Like the HSE has experienced similar in other respects, and that was between the period of 2019, 21, and it's occurring in 18 Rock Street. And there are politicians at home and abroad that think this is a safe circumstance. And I'm really concerned for them, because as a mother, mothers are very important in society, and children are very important. And I'm a pacifist. I'm a humanitarian. I'm a teacher, in different senses. And these people have absolutely no common sense with regard to how they've treated my circumstances. And they think it's a safe situation to be spineless and faceless, and to be exacerbating what they're doing. And I'm really concerned for their futures, because it's a punishable offence, isn't it? To be causing wrongdoings against an innocent person. It's punishable. And they don't seem to see the logic. They don't seem to be applying rationale. And the issue of people thinking that they own from my farms and my home in Tubrital, from my marriage in 2015, with my child missing, and the sacrilegious offences they've caused on those farms. I'm just wondering what any sensible-minded individual would think, with with regard to the reality. Some people are very deluded about the superstition of the situation, but they're obviously highlighting how uneducated they are, how disrespectful they are, and they're not working within a look at the dirt on my wall. The dirt was on my wall when I arrived at this apartment. There was dirty stains, and the government hasn't even fulfilled its obligations, and I'm a royal, and I've been making contributions to the state that have been to the benefit of the state, and the Taoiseach has been quite rude, and I'm just wondering about how he feels his own future is going to be with the disrespect I'm experiencing, So that's the level of ignorance that's going on. It's quite disgusting. But that stain was on the wall when I arrived at this apartment, and outside my door is filthy. So this is what's going on. So I'm just wondering, do people feel safe in Ireland? And are people attending church these days? And if so, what faith are they working with? You know, so there are people in my proximity that are intimidating and antagonizing, and I'm just wondering, are they thinking of their families? And there's always, these are punishable offences, and I've a clean track record, and I've been making contributions that have been benefiting people's lives, and I'm owed quite a debt, and there are people in my proximity that are causing discomfort. So I'm wondering what the Taoiseach feels about this kind of a situation, and how does it affect his future. There's a problem with ASBOs, and I'm wondering, do people think their children are safe with support for ASBOs? If you've been benefiting from my work or prospering from my work, I'm concerned for you if you're contravening or contradicting your principles and policies of your party line, or your personal lives or personal creeds or opinions with bad agendas. So on that note, the UN